So my name is Judith Gutierrez. I am a third-year politics major affiliated with Rachel Carson College.
Do you feel like SUA has been accessible to the student body within the past year?
That is a good question. I know it's been a topic that has been touched on a lot this year, and in my opinion, SUA by definition has been accessible in the fact that our meetings are open, but in the literal sense, it is not accessible to students. You ask a student if they've heard of SUA, and chances are 70% of the room or 60% is going to say they haven't heard of SUA. It's a little disheartening on my end because as external vice president, my work by definition is external. It's outside of the campus. It's system-wide with the UC Student Association and the United States Student Association. A lot of the work we do is just pushing for long-term solutions at the local, state, and federal level. And to come back here and see that students feel a disconnect to their own student government is disappointing, but I think definitely something we should and can improve on.
What is the relationship between UCSA, USSA, and UCSC? Do you feel like these relationships are important, and why or why not?
That's a great question. So the relationship with UCSC and these organizations, so just to reiterate, UCSA is the UC Student Association.
Mm-hmm.
That one is more at the state level for the UCs in general. That's where all the EVPs from every UC come together along with the organizing directors and legislative directors, and we create the board of directors, which benefits UC specifically. We focus on policies that secure to a cap on tuition or secure Cal grants and federal Pell grants, and I think the relationship there is great. We have monthly meetings that we have been able to attend and keep up with, which always gives resources back to each UC depending on what we each need. The USSA, the United States Student Association, however, it's further away from us. It's in DC, and on top of that, it focuses nationwide, so not just on UCs, but universities in general. And although they've been very helpful, they've visited the campus many times, there have been times where the UCs themselves feel a disconnect to it, and we are investing over 20 grand a year just to be members, and I feel we can be using that money for better things here.
What have you accomplished within the last year that you feel prepares you for this role if elected?
Wow, that's a great question. We've accomplished a lot. Not just me, just the amazing people I've worked with, my staff and my colleagues. We've pushed for, given the Trump administration now on our hands, we've pushed for policies that would protect DACA students if DACA is repealed at the federal level. We've pushed for policies that would secure federal Pell Grants. We've managed to get our Congress members to not only co-sponsor but support bills that would protect our underrepresented communities. And protect Title IX and secure that K through 12 students are able to attend higher education. We've done a lot. We've also tried to do our best to host events here on campus, such as tuition talks, where we've had guest speakers come in, do DIY stress kit, where students were able to just create their own to-go bags for midterm season. And so we try to give back to our community. But one thing I think that has prepared me the most to run again and to become external vice president is just the lessons you learn. I've been in the office late nights, I've been in meetings early mornings, and I've seen what works, I see what doesn't, and I'm willing to do what I've done again, and I'm happy to stress so that students have some reassurance, not only in this campus, but UC system-wide.
Do you support maintaining UCSC's membership with USSA? Why or why not?
Do I support it?
Keeping the membership.
I have openly been against it. And that has been a running thing between all the EVPs before me. In my opinion, well, at least in my experience, over the summer, I got over 100 applications for students who wanted to go to a Congress conference in, I believe, Massachusetts. And right when I was going to pay for, well, first of all, our funding, we could only afford to take 2 students. And right when I was going to pay for their flights, USSA calls and cancels. So I had to tell students that no one was going any longer. Aside from that, I've also heard there have been other issues where USSA does not follow through with things or with demands they've been given to UCSA. A lot of universities have dropped out, and I feel for us, given our small budget, it's not fair that we are investing so much as members, and on top of that, we're still being charged to send students to DC, when through UCSA we managed to send a group of 7 students with myself to lobby at the federal level. And I feel if we're focusing on UC specific legislation, that's much more productive.